Being kind.
Helping others.
Helping homeless family. Sharing the love with others.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Hey everybody, so I am gonna feed the twins and have a little talk of the video that I chatted. I did get emotional because sorry guys, there's something in there. Because little chat, the world is hurting and there is a lot of things going on in the world right now, and so much hate, so much violence, so much just pain going out in the world. And I just think, if we can just help a homeless person or a family in need, or just put you guys back, just to help somebody, I think to me is at least make the world a little better place. The world right now is not good. It is hurting, and there's so much people hurting each other. There's so much people with anger and frustration, and I just think we just have to, not have to. You do it because you want to, but spread some kindness, some positivity. Help a neighbor, help a friend, help a sibling that, that maybe be struggling. Just help each other. And without saying, if I have $10 and I got my collection of my babies, if I have those $10, I don't need to go to the store and waste those $10 on something that I know is going to clutter my room and I'm not going to really need it. So those $10 can be split in 5 and you can help 2 homeless people. Or if you don't feel comfortable, like I said in my video, if you don't feel comfortable giving money, buying that person's meal, because you don't really know what that person's meal is going to come through. Or why I understand what it is to have a hard time. See, I had a hard time with my own family, and I was in a lot of pain and a lot of stress and anxiety, and it got to be too much with the family, and it was too much, and I was in so much pain that no matter even if I said what pain I was, it was still too much. So I left that day to the streets, and I got Baker acted myself, and I went to a psych unit, and they helped me. They helped me with clothes. They helped me find a roof over my head, and it's called an ILF. And so I was there for I guess a year and a couple of months. I think it turned a year, yeah. And so when I noticed some stuff that was going on in ILF, I didn't like it. So I called my sister. Sorry, I have heartburn. And I'm drinking water. I decorated my tumbler, so this sticker's coming off, but I got this in Five Below. But yeah, so I went back with my family. My mom had a liver transplant, and I went to go and stay with her, and I was back with family. But there is, there are other people out there that will help you. And if they're not comfortable giving you money, then you buy a meal. I was out there, and the next day is when I went to the psych unit, but I was hungry. I didn't have no way of eating anything. So a kind lady bought me something to eat, not too big. She went to a store, came back out and got me a sandwich and a Gatorade, I think it was. And I was thankful for that. I wasn't homeless for long, but I seen other homeless, and I seen other people of how they struggle. And most of those people, yeah, you can go to a shelter and they give you a meal, a bed, but you have to leave the next day. And you have to come back to see if you get a bed. And most of the time in those shelters, you come back and it's full. You don't get a bed. So where's going to be your bed? In the bushes, behind a building. What's going to be your mattress? Your mattress is going to be a cardboard. That's why you see a lot of homeless people spread all over the floor in tents, because the shelter gets so filled up with people that there's no room. And most of those people are family, are women, children, a mother with her kids, and you can be on the list for a low income apartment, and it's really, really helpful. But those lists can go for years, and those lists can go for months. And most of the time, those lists are closed once it gets filled. And so most of the time, there's families in hotels. And you're like, oh, that's never going to be me. Oh, get away from me. Like some people don't have to take a shower. Where are they going to shower? Like, they can go to a shelter and shower. But what about if that shelter, it's closed and you need to shower, I mean, think of it. You have your home. You have a shower and a bath to go into. You have a fridge to get your meal. Homeless people don't have that. So by saying, oh, I ain't going to help this person because they want to be in the streets. They want to be hungry and they want to be dirty like that. It's not their fault. They go try to get a job. They don't get accepted. Why? Because they're dirty, or some of them don't have clean clothes. And a lot of people say, oh, they want to be out in the streets because they want to. They have no choice. Their family members either told them they had to leave, or the hotel closed down and the hotel's not taking homeless people anymore. The shelter's filled up and there is no room for you. For example, I'm going to use myself. I go to a shelter right now. I have to be there at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. to get a bed. That means I'm not going to get no sleep. And I could be in that line for 3 or 4 hours. And wait and wait and wait. And by the people in front of me, the homeless people in front of me are going to get their beds first. By the time I get to that line, oh, I'm sorry, there's no more beds. So then I had to think, where am I going to go to sleep now? If I go to sleep here, am I going to get, hurt by somebody? If I go to sleep here, the only little bag of clothes I got is going to get taken. I knew a friend, and, he's no longer with us, but he was homeless in New York for a long time, and then he came to Florida, and he was homeless for a long time. And he came to live with us, and he told me the horror stories of what can happen to you. He had money in his shoe, and they found his money. They took his shoes, and they took his money, the last $20 he had. By the way, I got this in Walmart. It was on clearance for $5. I got this last year. It is expired, so no real child will be able to use it. But it's sad, so if you see a homeless person, I don't know, and you have $1, or you have 2, or you're not comfortable giving them money, you know, it would be kind if you just buy them a sandwich at Walmart or anywhere you are, just a sandwich, you know, and you get them, you know, something to eat. And, you know, that right there is helping the world, really. That donating to a shelter is helping. Donating clothes, you know, anything you can do, you know, to help. Sell cupcakes, you know. Maybe open a garage sale, and you know, you don't need those $30 or $40 or something like that, and you can donate it. And helping a person, you know, that right there is a big help to the world, because the world is hurting right now. Jacob's bottle. I got Jacob's bottle. The world is hurting right now. There's so much anger, so much hurt in the world. And just breaks my heart that there's women and children going through so much. And there are people that do try to help those families. And right now in HBO Max, my brother-in-law let me watch HBO Max. And I'm watching about homeless family. And the children are being interviewed, and the children are saying, you know, some mother there with 2 bunk beds in a room and a full-size bed. And it's a family of 5 and 6, and they have to make it work, that one room. And the kids were saying, you know, I wish I had my own room and my toys and this, and I don't know what it's called, but if I look later, I'll write it down, see if I can write it down, copy the words on it, and try to, for you can see that video. Alright guys, so I got the twins here, they got their bibs. Let me put you closer, get these twins. But yeah, I think that we can make the world just a little better place. Like Michael Jackson says, a better place if we just help each other. And it's kind. Ooh, you don't want your bottle? Alright guys, so I'm feeding twins. And I hope you guys can see. I'm gonna put the bottles down. So I got Jacob is the one with the light socks, and Justice is the one with the dark socks. And yeah guys, so I just think we can help each other, help one another, even if other people ruin it, you know. There are other homeless people that do ruin it for others. And it's sad, but not everyone is going through something. I mean, you can go to an ILF or an ALF. They give you a bed. They give you food. You can shower. You can watch TV. You go to a place called a program where they give you food for breakfast and they give you food for lunch. And you go there and you learn about mental health and hygienes. And you can learn, they help you with housing. They help you get a job. And these programs are amazing, you know. I'm in one right now. And okay guys, so this is Jacob. And I just fed him, so I'm gonna burp him. So I go to a program and they can help you get housing. And they give you classes and they help you find a job. And they help you get, go to a shelter. If you can, they can get you into a shelter. a little bit faster. And my friend, my friend Sarah, she saved a woman's life the other week ago. I think it was on a Monday or Tuesday. She helped a lady, just a random lady that she found next to the Publix, and she saved her. She goes, look, I can take you somewhere to get food. And she saw that woman struggling, and she saw how so much pain, just looking through her eyes, looking at her eyes, how much pain this woman was. And my friend Sarah saved her and is her hero. And now that woman has a roof over her head. Now she has food on the table. She has somewhere to sleep, somewhere to eat, somewhere to shower. And, you know, sometimes you gotta give thanks to other people. Become somebody's hero, you know, and save them that way. And, you know, so same thing, you know, you can be that person's help by just getting them a meal, or even donating clothes, or taking them to I don't know, find awareness, like numbers, you know, like, all right, this little guy did not want to burp. Okay, so guys, this is Justice. He has the dark socks. And yeah, so, you know, it's just, it really makes me emotional when I see people struggling, even family members, strangers. Seeing them struggle is so painful. Seeing stories of other people, it breaks my heart, you know, and it's sad. And I just, if I have $10, like I said, you know, I can't do it all the time, but most of the time, me and my friend Louis, he had $20 one time, and he gave it to a homeless man. And I learned from him, because I asked him, why did you give that homeless man $20? And he said, why not, Jackie? He told me, why not? That man is going through something. And that's when I learned that you shouldn't judge a homeless person, because you don't know their story. You don't know what's really going on with those people, you know. So spread the love, you know, spread the kindness, positivity. And if you can be that person's mentor, like even join the Boys and Girls Club and be somebody's brother or sister mentor, that will be great. All right, guys, the twins had their meal, and they're gonna go and take their naps. And guys, just wanted to know, I don't know what to label this video, but just gonna put spread kindness is the title of this video. So I don't know what title to put. I'm just gonna put spread kindness to others. And all right, guys, so the twins are gonna go take their nap. This little guy has boogies, and I gotta clean his boogies up. So all right, guys, you know what to do. Please hit that subscribe, that like, that notification bell, and share with your family and friends. And until next time, guys.
Thanks for watching.